Is Jeffrey Epstein still alive? Do you believe that he's still alive? Alex Jones was on with Benny Johnson. Let's hear what Alex has to say.
Some of the most horrible comments and stories and emails about rape and torture and murder exist inside of these documents, some of the most powerful people on earth. And you're really left to wonder, like, what really did happen to Jeffrey Epstein in that jail cell? And there's one very interesting series of DOJ documents that show the investigation and charging of one of the lieutenants that was working at the prison the night that Jeffrey Epstein died. And he said that Jeffrey Epstein was wheeled out in a medical wheelchair and that he was handcuffed to the wheelchair, taken to a transfer van, and nobody ever saw Jeffrey Epstein again. And he thinks they switched him. What do you think about that, Alex?
I think there's a very good chance Epstein's still alive. I mean, I don't know, but we're being completely lied to. Yeah, witness protection type stuff. He was a major CIA spy working directly for Bill Barr and his father. I mean, Bill Barr was a young man running Iran-Contra and then Attorney General twice. And we now know from documents that came out that he was with Fannie Willis in Georgia getting the indictments ready before the election in 2024. So, yeah, no, I mean, I'm not saying Epstein's still alive, but I wouldn't be surprised. I don't believe any of this. And it's because Epstein, and people say, oh, you're covering for Israel. No, I go where the truth is. More than anything, he was CIA. And now you have the King Charles's brother now has been detained by the police. He'll be brought in for police custody. I mean, the rats are leaving the sinking ship right now. I mean, this is historic. It's very, very dangerous.
And that's why I can't help but look at TMZ getting this ransom note and looking at how TMZ is caught up in the Epstein files and how Harvey Levin is said to be a good friend. And suddenly now we're going to have this national story, because what's going to happen with the Samantha Guthrie story? It's going to be a national fucking story. It's going to captivate everybody. Every network's going to be covering it. And I'm just like, it's a perfectly written television story. It's perfectly written. It's set in Arizona. A elderly mother of a longtime known face of a prominent show that all the normies know. Normies know the Today Show. They know who Samantha Guthrie is. You've got ransom notes. You've got, not a lot of, you don't have a lot of hard evidence. It's weird, dude. It's very fucking weird.
And I'm not saying we're out of the woods yet, but for God's sakes, Trump saying 3 days ago or 2 days ago, oh, I'm exonerated. Oh, yeah, because they lied to him and said, sir, there's a bunch of lies about you. And plus we can't prove it. So he's like, okay, you know what? No, Trump, this is your victory. This is your Excalibur, but you've got to execute it, and it's yours to lose. Just cry havoc, let loose the dogs of war, to quote Shakespeare. Now is the time that people want truth. We need the truth.
I'm still in a place, and I don't disagree with what Alex Jones is saying, but like, I'm still in a place where I don't think that as many people care about the Epstein stuff as people on the internet do. And I try to always separate myself from what it feels like the internet is focusing on versus what everyone is focusing on. And sometimes those things are connected and sometimes they're not. I believe that the internet is fascinated by Epstein. And I believe that the internet is dominated by Epstein, and you can get a lot of traction off this. But I do not believe that the majority of everyday Americans truly care about Epstein as much as internet people like myself and like all of you.
It's already devastating. It's not going away. I mean, Epstein went from being a 10, like a Spinal Tap, to an 11 to 100. I mean, it is now just, this is never stopping. It's never going away. And it's emblematic of the collapse of the old power structure where we are right now. So lead, follow, get out of the way. Trump's already the leader. He's totally innocent. Just come out and lead us on a crusade against the satanic pedophiles, the Islamicists, the leftists.
It's hard to tell sometimes, but it's easy to tell sometimes. There are certain stories that are such content gold on the internet. Now, what we're going to find out is how good this Samantha Guthrie mother story is going to track with the algorithm. If that Samantha Guthrie story tracks incredibly well on the internet, that's going to motivate people to cover it even more. That's going to shift people's attention. And that's all an algorithm thing. How friendly is the algorithm going to be to that? And then that's going to determine if people are going to really, really pounce on that. So keep an eye on that. But I am interested to an extent.
The communists, the globalists, the EU, the Chi-Coms, and Trump, we will back you 1 trillion%. We want action.
Bill and Hillary Clinton have surrendered on Epstein and will testify because no one will protect them from being jailed for contempt of Congress. I think that's happening in late February, I think.
Well, I've never seen anything like it with the Clintons actually saying, okay, well, actually, we give up. We surrender. I was not planning on that. I've never seen the Clintons do that in their entire political careers. Hillary Clinton wouldn't give up the election after losing fair and square to Donald Trump. And she tried to have the guy killed. There's no, I'm shocked, Alex, that the Clintons have.
Let's be clear about this. This I can answer your question on definitively. The old globalist order's dead. Davos is dead. The UN's dead. And the Clintons now know all their networks. The Clintons were using Wiener and the laptop for blackmail. That's been confirmed. And so they now know they're cut off. They now know that's all in Trump's possession. And they all know that the system would rather get them on a conviction of contempt of Congress than letting them come testify. So, yeah, this is their Waterloo. I want all the Democrats to know, all the leftists to know, Obama's out of power. That's one faction. Hillary's out of power. The Muslim Brotherhood's out of power. British intelligence is out of power. The Chi-Coms are almost out of power. All these special interests that had their fingers in America trying to bring us down, they're all being extracted. They're all losing. It's like at the end of the first Godfather, where he calls in, his brother-in-law that set up his brother's son to get killed. And he goes, listen, all your buddies are dead. Every single one of them. I just want you to be truthful on what you did. And, they take him for a ride after that.
Yeah.
But with Clemenza. But the point is like, we're at that point now where it's like, listen, all your buddies, Venezuela, Cuba, Mexico, China, the EU, Klaus Schwab's gone. They're all gone. And so I want the Democrats running around like chickens with their heads cut off, like zombies still following the old paradigm. You've already lost. Now you can try to overturn the table. That'll make it worse for you. But I want them to know, because I'm not somebody that says positive things when they're not due. This is ours to lose. And if Trump goes on the offense, we win quickly. We turn this around. We have a new golden age. They actually won. But we got to have strength right now. So it's done. It's over. They've lost. And they need to realize that and give up.
They brought up Anthony Weiner, and Anthony Weiner is one of the biggest creeps ever. And I had to pull up a tweet from Trump. He's had a lot of tweets about Anthony Weiner, but one in particular is right here. Trump back in 2012 says, pervert alert. Representative Weiner is back on Twitter. All girls under the age of 18, block him immediately. Dude, what a based alpha giga chad. Like, holy crap. This is back when everybody knew that this guy was tied to the Clintons and all that shit. And Trump's like, pervert alert. Representative Weiner's back on Twitter. All girls under the age of 18, block him immediately. Yes. That's my president. He's got a ton right here. Scary thought. What is it with pervert Anthony Weiner doing with all these? What is the pervert Anthony Weiner doing with all the free time he has? Does he collect unemployment? Like, he just goes off on this dude, man. I knew disgusting and unwanted porn star Representative Weiner was a sleazebag the first time I met him. Thank goodness he was revealed, so to speak. Trump is so good, dude. It's so good. Oh, man. Absolutely fantastic.